Chelsea Football Club is the biggest telenovela going around, right? The reality is, firstly, we get told this morning that Chelsea are going to change their tactics 48 hours before a game. We get told that Mauricio Pochettino is safe and the reasons that are given to us are actually borderline prophetic. We've got the captain's wife coming out with absolute nonsense and asking for the manager to be sacked publicly like he doesn't have to see him tomorrow. We've got a multi-million-pound winger asking a fan, bet me 10k then, let's go one-on-one, as if that is responsible. And then we hire a CCO. Yes, we hire a new commercial finance officer, and everybody's acting like they're an expert. When it rains, it pours, and in today's news, we are going to be breaking down every story. I'm going to calm a lot of your nerves down. I'm going to tell you that we are going to be okay. We are Chelsea fans. We have survived a Roman era where we were changing managers every now and then. We expect that. So trust me when I tell you life is going to get good again. Don't worry in the football context. But before we get started, I need you guys to do me a massive favor. Number one, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, which is the number 2. And number 3, I know you lot saw me on the emergency meeting yesterday with Matisse, with Eunice, Goonie and Monster. We spoke about everything. It was off the cuff. Literally, we all got together on an emergency podcast, all on Matisse's channel, and I really enjoyed it. So give me your perspectives if you lot heard it, and let me know if you want to see me do that more often. But now, let's get into the news. So stories now are coming out that are going to be used as scaremongering technique. And I'm going to tell you guys now, do not believe everything you read. And the reason I'm covering it here is because I need to calm a lot of people down. There's going to be a lot of stories that are purely based on speculation, and more importantly, stories that are there to clickbait you into reading them, watching them, and just all in all create hysteria. The more panic, the more drama, the more people want to eat it up. There's a very good expression Charlemagne the God used to use, and it was, who cares about the truth when the lie is more intriguing? And that is the reality. So let me just debunk a bunch of things. Number one, Chelsea are not going to not sack Pochettino because we will breach FF. Under no circumstances do I think that is a consideration. £10 million is not that deep for Chelsea Football Club that they can't sack him and amortize the deal across the lifetime of the remainder of the contract. So please do not believe that. That's just nonsense coming from the Daily Mail. Story number 2, Chelsea apparently going to be moving to a 4-3-3 formation. The formation that basically every major club in Europe at the moment is using, including Bayern Munich, Juventus, Manchester City at times, and even Arsenal at times are using that formation. You know, when they're on the ball, they got 3 centre-halves, 2 in front, 2 wing-backs on a winger pushed up, and all of a sudden the team just looks a little bit more compact. So now that's coming out from Fabrizio Romano and other sources and Nazir Kinsella that Mauricio Pochettino might tweak it. The question for me is, why haven't we seen that yet? You got Thiago Silva, who's 39 years old, and Monster said it perfectly. He's 39 years old. You've got a plethora of centre-backs to pick from. You've got players that really suit the wing-back positions. The only players that will be getting hurt from this situation is Mudryk and Noni Madueke. And I'll tell you right now, they're not worth the effort to keep losing game to persist with a back four. I'm sorry, they're not. Neither one of them is of the quality where I would not take hinder in their development if it meant we win more games and we be more compact. Because we're leaking goals, we are letting shots off on our target religiously. And finally, it looks like all the briefings are out and Pochettino isn't going anywhere. Mauricio Pochettino is going to be Chelsea manager at least till the end of the season. And I'm going to explain to you what is being told to us and why I think, whilst I want him gone, this might be the most rational decision that they're going to make. And the reason I say rational decision is because what I would do is an emotional fan decision. I'd say, all right, pack up your bags, you're gone. And I would have done this after Manchester United. I was shouting that, I was saying it's unacceptable. That was the night where I really lost my lid. You guys have seen that review, you know how I felt. However, they haven't done it. And they've given him more time, and now he's in a cup final. What I think they're going to do now is they looked at the market and said, who's available? Jose Mourinho. They don't want Mourinho nowhere near this club because, number one, Mourinho will not take it as an interim, because do not disrespect Jose Mourinho. He is not Gus Hiddink. He is not Avram Grant. He is not coming in as a 6-month interim to do anybody any favors. Is his name Frank Lampard? No. Secondly, they don't want him in and around the club long term. Mourinho is far too controversial for them to even get associated with. The man will speak his mind, and they know when it comes to Jose or the board, we are always going to pick Jose because Jose's been with us on 2 separate occasions and won us multiple league titles. So that's just not going to happen. And number 3, and the biggest one of all, I don't think they want to pay another manager. I think they want to look at the optics. I think big game football is all about PR. And the difference between Roman and these lot care about their PR a lot more than Roman Abramovich did. Roman was very quick. Hold on, you ain't working? Big man out the door, bring me the next one. You little bozo, you lost me another game. Get out of here. I'll take the next one. AVB, 12 million to sack you? No problem. I paid 17, I'll pay 12 to sack you right now. And the reality is, Roman built a legacy of 19 years of demanding success. You ain't good enough? In a bit, next one in. In a bit, next one in. These guys can't afford to do that because PR and optics matter to them. They've got rid of Tuchel. They most probably realized they made a mistake. They got Potter in. They were like, oh no. They gave him far too long until middle of February. He wouldn't have lasted till middle of February under Roman. And then they panicked, they got rid of him, they brought Lampard in, they brought Pochettino in now, they've tried to convince him they're going to give him the season, and Ben Jacobs says this is exactly what they're going to do. The long-term plan was always an end-of-year review to see what's going to happen afterwards. So it looks like Pochettino is going to stay at least till the end unless some things go horribly wrong. I think we will beat Aston Villa. I think after we beat Aston Villa, we will beat Crystal Palace and then we'll go and lose to Manchester City because it's just a classic Chelsea of this season. So buckle up. This season is a write-off. We basically have the cups to play for. The league is done. There is no way we're going to go on a miraculous 5 wins in 7. If you've seen the fixtures, they are hideous. Do not believe it. Do not get sucked in. It is what it is. Next story. The organisation, Chelsea Football Club, needs to have a restructure, just not on the pitch. There needs to be a cultural change. You cannot have Bella Silva or any of the players' partners coming out with statements on social media anti the club. And I'm going to explain to you this, right? We all love Bella Silva. Well, at least I do. I think she's one of us. She cares about Chelsea Football Club. She goes to the games. She sits with the away fans. She took an EasyJet flight to away games with the fans. She's having beers. She's singing. She's jumping. She's embracing herself with everything Chelsea. And that is exactly what we want from our players' families, right? We want them to be engaged. We want them to talk about us the way Willian, even to this day, talks about us when he plays for Fulham. However, I don't think Chelsea can have Bella Silva coming out and tweeting, enough is enough, get him out before it's too late. Because it is wrong on so many levels. Number one, Thiago Silva is the default captain of the team. I don't care if he has the armband or not. I think Thiago Silva is the captain of the team. Everybody looks up to him. Everybody listens to him. When you have a player's wife come out with, get him out, time to change it before it's too late, or whatever she said, it causes a lot of disruption. Not only does it instigate for other family members to say, okay, if Thiago's wife can say it, I can say it as well. It also just re-embodies that Thiago goes home and talks to his wife about how crap the manager is. And that is unacceptable. It is a precedent. Imagine it wasn't Bella Silva. Imagine it was Mudryk's girlfriend. Or imagine it was Conor Gallagher's girlfriend or Enzo's wife. Or like somebody who is more controversial among the fan base other than Thiago Silva. We all love Thiago Silva. I don't know a single Chelsea fan that doesn't rate Thiago Silva. So to give him a pass on this, in my opinion, is very unrealistic. And it's not fair, right? Because I think he needs to sit his wife down and explain to her, like, look, love, I know you care about me. I know you want me to do the best. However, the reality is you can't be doing that. As much as we want to sometimes tweet stuff out, some things are just not meant to be said. And then we have Mikhailo Mudryk. And a lot of people are going to say, Alec, why are you doing this? Don't call him out. And for me, there is 2 ends of this spectrum, right? Number one is the fan. So the fan did what every fan does. They get emotional and then they act stupid. Personally, I have one rule. I will tweet whatever I want about performances, but I will never go under a post of a player. I'll never slide in a player's DM negatively. And I will never, ever be abusive to a player for being for playing rubbish. There's no need for it. However, this fan decided it was acceptable for him to go into the DMs and basically tell Mudryk about himself. He basically said, you don't know how to kick ball, you lot are crap, what's going on, be better, be Chelsea, right? Mudryk decides that it is appropriate for him to say 10k one-on-one. Let's go. First of all, the fact that Mikhailo Mudryk has 10k to gamble one-on-one with football players, with a general fan public, is a joke, right? Mudryk went from 2.5k a week to 92k a week, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that is grossly overpaying for his services. I'm sorry if I'm being rude, he is not worth a penny of that. What we have seen from Mudryk at this moment in time has not been good enough. Yes, he needs to develop, yes, he needs to be better. However, Mudryk, you are in no position to be telling anyone, one-on-one, let's go. Because big man, you struggle at the professional level, right? You look lost. Some fans have better understanding of the game than you do. You don't even know how to use your own attributes. But this fan, for leaking it, are you really a fan? Because what this has done is created hatred and created vitriol towards Mikhailo Mudryk. Because I can't lie to you, I see that and I'm like, this kid don't care. Like, Mikhailo Mudryk don't care about Chelsea. Mikhailo Mudryk is there to defend himself. Him and his dumbass tattoos are just there to defend himself. Because he doesn't feel like he's worthy. Because this guy was twerking for Arsenal. Honestly, if I was the manager of this team, come June, Mudryk's gone. The minute that transfer window opens, I'm telling the board, we need to get rid of this guy. This is strike 3 for me with this guy. Number 1, it was when he was in the gym. He was taking pictures of some guy's butt crack because he's very funny, apparently. Some guy trying to exercise and him laughing at him. Number 2, it was when all these little scandals that were going on with him, like on Instagram and posting all these pictures and reacting to fans in a negative context. And now this number 3. Honestly, he's not worth the hassle. That's just what I'm going to say. Like, if this is Cole Palmer, if this is Enzo, if this is Caicedo, and I'm seeing talent actively giving you something in return, you're like, all right, cool, we'll put up with this. If this is Thiago Silva, we'll put up with this. Mudryk's done nothing. Like, what have you done to be able to respond to fans in a context where it's like one-on-one 10k? Bruv, take your 10k and get out of here. Like, take your 10k and go out of it. There's some fans that most probably could play with him and most probably beat him in a one-on-one the way he's been playing these days. I'm sorry, he just really triggered me on that. The final thing, and it's going to be a quick thing, and I'm going to wrap it up after this, is Chelsea have hired somebody called Todd Kane. I can't pronounce his name. So he's a commercial chief officer, right? He worked for Spurs, I helped them with getting deals, and essentially Spurs have turned into one of the top 10 richest clubs in the world right now with the building of a stadium. However, a lot of fans have started berating him with, we couldn't even get us naming rights on the stadium, he's rubbish at his job. Guys, I'm going to say something, and please, please, please take this the right way. Why do you care? Like, why do we care who we hire at chief executive, chief commercial officer, at chief finance officer? Why do we know sporting directors? What we should know is our manager and our players. And the reality is our manager and our players are underperforming. And when they underperform, we get a microscope and we start looking at anything and everything, and anything and everything bothers us. Oh, yeah, the track record of Spurs is not good enough. We're getting second in class. And this is an approximation of what this fan base has become. We have become an entity where we are more worried about non-footballing things than we are with what's happening on a weekly basis on the pitch. We are Chelsea Football Club, and as fans of Chelsea Football Club, we need to care about the players and we need to care about the manager. And sometimes we need to care about the board in the sense that, are they investing their money in the right way? Commercial deals, I don't care, man. People are getting upset that there's a red dragon. People are getting upset because there's a hotel commercials going on during the women's game. People are getting upset over dumb things that genuinely I don't care about. I really hope you lot don't care about. Care more about the team. Care more about how results have gone bad. Care more about how we've got a horrible next 8 games. And this could be horrible 6 weeks for us. But it is what it is. I hope you lot enjoyed this video. I hope I've calmed your nerves, but at the same time, if I'm frustrated, I apologize. So hit the like button. 1,000 likes is what I'm aiming for. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace out. I'm out.